The Forgotten Experiment. The old town of Millbrook, nestled amidst dense forests and rolling hills, had always held a dark secret. Decades ago, hidden away from prying eyes, a remote research facility operated on the outskirts of town. Rumors whispered of experiments conducted on human subjects, experiments that left scars on both the land and the souls of those involved. Kara Summers, an investigative journalist with an insatiable curiosity for buried truths, stumbled upon a lead in an old archive. Yellowed newspaper clippings hinted at disappearances in Millbrook during the 1960s, all linked to the mysterious research facility. Intrigued, Kara packed her bags and headed for the quiet town, her mind buzzing with questions. Upon arrival, she found Millbrook frozen in time, its residents wary of outsiders, their faces etched with silent fear. Kara's persistence paid off when she discovered an elderly resident, Mrs. Jenkins, who had worked as a nurse at the facility long ago. With trembling hands and tear-filled eyes, Mrs. Jenkins recounted stories of secrecy and horror. "People vanished," Mrs. Jenkins whispered, her voice barely audible. "They were brought in, never to be seen again. We were told it was for the greater good, for science." Driven by Mrs. Jenkins' account, Kara ventured into the woods where the facility once stood, a crumbling edifice swallowed by nature's relentless march. Amongst the debris and overgrown weeds, she found scattered documents and faded photographs, fragments of a sinister past. Piecing together the evidence, Kara uncovered the truth: the facility had been funded by a shadowy government agency, conducting experiments on unsuspecting individuals under the guise of medical research. The experiments, designed to enhance human abilities, had instead unleashed unimaginable horrors, twisted mutations, and psychological torment. As Kara delved deeper, she realized the experiments had never truly ended. Decades later, whispers persisted of strange occurrences in Millbrook, unexplained disappearances, eerie sightings in the woods, and a pervasive sense of unease that hung in the air like a shroud. In her pursuit of justice, Kara faced resistance from powerful figures determined to keep the secrets buried. Threats loomed over her, warnings to cease her investigation or suffer consequences. But Kara couldn't turn back, not when the ghosts of the past cried out for closure. One night, as Kara pored over the documents in her small rented cottage, she heard a rustling outside. Grabbing a flashlight, she cautiously stepped out into the dark. A figure emerged from the shadows, disheveled, wild-eyed, and barely human. It was one of the missing subjects from the experiments, a living testament to the horrors she had uncovered. The subject, whose name was Jonathan, revealed a chilling twist: some of the experiments had worked, granting him and others extraordinary abilities. However, these abilities came at a great cost: insanity and physical mutation. Jonathan had been hiding in the woods for years, watching over Millbrook and protecting the town from the remaining test subjects who had become dangerous predators. With Jonathan's help, Kara discovered a hidden bunker beneath the facility where the most horrifying experiments had been conducted. There, she found evidence of a powerful figure behind the project, a renowned scientist who had faked his death and continued his work in the shadows, manipulating events in Millbrook from afar. Kara and Jonathan decided to confront the scientist. They ventured into the heart of the woods, following the clues to his hidden lair. What they found was a twisted laboratory, where the scientist was conducting even more experiments on new victims, using advanced technology and twisted scientific methods. In a climactic confrontation, Kara and Jonathan managed to expose the scientist's operations, broadcasting their findings to the world. The facility was raided, the victims rescued, and the scientist arrested. Millbrook slowly began to heal, the dark cloud of its past lifting. In the end, the story of the forgotten experiment became a cautionary tale, a reminder that some secrets should never be buried, for they have a way of resurfacing, demanding justice and healing the wounds of the past. Kara's courage and determination not only uncovered the truth but also helped the town reclaim its future from the shadows of its history.